What up, YouTube? I am your host, Mediocre tutorials and reviews, back in here with one more video. All right, guys, you already know what time it is, and today it's time to get active. Shout out to content creator Love Dorsey. I've gone over a couple of her videos in the past. If you are unfamiliar with her as a content creator, prepare to get familiar. All right. She uploaded a video not too long ago entitled Men Y'all Need to Stop Settling. It's a good title. So guess what? We're going to go in there. All right. Without further ado.
Quick, right? Like, to a lot of y'all dudes, like, I feel like, and this is merely my opinion right now at this point in the live, from like all the different guys I talk to, all the different one-on-ones I done did with a lot of y'all are settling, right? I'm gonna tell you some real shit, right? And I know the females are like, oh, look at them. She finna tell they settling for us. Like, why would she say that? Shut up, bitch. I told you you ain't supposed to be on because I'm talking to the niggas. But anyway, I feel like a lot of y'all dudes is settling because you don't take the time to do work on self first. What I mean by that is you don't get in your own, like, here's the type of man I know that I am. Like, you don't, like, find your way first. And what I mean by find your way, because a lot of men, like, the woman they end up settling down with play the role in what type of man they are. But a lot of y'all don't even know you a man at first. And I know that could sound kind of weird, but what I mean by that is, like, y'all don't actually do the work to build yourself to a state where you're even, like, worthy of trying to mix your life with a woman. Meaning, like, y'all be out here without y'all basics together and you try to get with these females, and of course all they gonna do is tear into your ego based on what society is conditioning them to believe that a man is supposed to already have together before he mix with a woman. And then if you say this to them, a lot of them, they aren't in control of self or disciplined enough to allow you to go, you know, get your shit together. They want to have you like, well, we can do it. I can help you work on you, and I can help you. They do all this extra shit that ends up bruising your ego. This is why most of y'all, when you do become successful, the one that's with you or the one that was with you when you was trying to build yourself up, and I'm not talking about the whole, you know, I have this amount of money and my wife helped me grow my company or my girlfriend helped me grow my, no, I'm talking about y'all be legitimately lost on what y'all want to do with y'all life, y'all self-esteem, certain things like as far as your basics, like I say, having adequate transportation, having a stable place to stay, covering your responsibilities, make sure you feeding and clothing yourself on a stable, consistent basis first before you go mix your life with a woman. Y'all don't do this. Y'all be letting women convince y'all to mix your life with theirs when you don't have this stuff together, right? And you know what happens when you mix your life with a woman, like, and you don't have this stuff together? She ends up putting her wants onto you to the point where it's like a bitch damn near want you to forget about yours. And y'all know how females be.
Whoa. I'm gonna let the track breathe just real quickly. We're gonna get back in there. We're gonna get active again. But damn, she summed up so much of what I talk about on this channel. There's friends that I have in my life where I've watched this happen to them, where they just get caught up in relationship to next relationship, and every relationship that they get in, they're like, you know, this one's the one, my G, like, I'm telling you, like, she's extra special, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm thinking to myself, my G, like, if you stop taking all of your time and spending it with her and start to work out on building the foundation, because you don't know who you are yet, and the shit that you do from an hourly perspective, you don't want to do that. So why are you so focused on her, right? When she wants to take up your time, she wants your attention, she wants you to prioritize her as number one. Why are you doing all of that now when you got all of this other shit over here that's in anarchy? And you're not happy with where you are at in life. And you cannot expect that a woman is going to make you better in your traversing who you are in becoming a man. Let me go back into it.
Oh, I ain't trying to change you the whole time. They trying to change you. I don't want you to be something you're not. Whole time they can see that you're something, that they want you to be something that you're not, but they still keep pushing. Like, whole time they make it seem like, but you know, they don't know no better. And then of course you mix your life and pressure your ass into monogamy, or use or all these additional tools that females have to, like, basically manipulate the situation to go in their favor. Like, a lot of y'all really as a man need to, and you need to teach your sons this as well, get your shit together first before you actually start. Remember I said with getting comes great responsibility, right? it's a lot of stuff y'all need to get in order before you actually go out and try to mix your life with another individual. Do y'all understand what I'm explaining?
Let me also say this as well. This is why I bang with Love Dorsey, right? In a sense that, like, if you go across the internet lands and this exact same situation and scenario, other YouTubers will call dusty, right? So it's a negative way to point a finger at the state of men in society, of whatever they get placed at. And I think it doesn't do a lot of justice as to how they got there, you know, from whatever socioeconomic background that they grew up in, without a two-parent household, without leadership, true leadership within their life. You can be led astray, which can lead you to a life of mediocrity and below, which they might refer to as dusty. But what she's doing right here is she's speaking to men that are in that position, and she's not putting a negative thumb and or pressure on those men, but speaking from an accountability perspective, from an uplifting perspective, to say, I understand. I grew up in and around y'all, and I've seen how it can happen to you, and I've seen the women that can enable that, probably even unbeknownst to them, because women are going to be able to use these different tactics in order to draw you in because they know what we like. But for a majority of them, they're not doing it for a negative end. They just want what they want, and they're going to use the tools. And a lot of y'all will succumb to those tools because you're weak growing up and you don't know that you have to avoid and get the roadblocks out your way on the quest to develop exactly who you will be into the future. I've seen it happen too many times. Young men go from relationship to relationship, and then they end up 30, 35 years old, and they're not happy in their life, and they're just scratching their head like, how did I do this thing incorrectly? 90% of the time, it's because you got love struck, you got love crazy, you got sex crazy, and you were focused on women and not doing the work. All right, let's go back in there.
Like, this is some G-ass shit. I'm telling y'all, like, some real shit that a ain't gonna tell you, because of course she trying to keep up with this whole concept that she got a man, because of course with women it's like seen as a failure if your ass can't duplicate the relationship goals that you seen on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, these movies and reality shows, right?
Just real quick, I didn't think that she was driving the whole time. That's quite impressive to be speaking like this and still be driving. Let's go back in.
So let me explain something to y'all. A lot of y'all don't realize, like, I didn't work on self. I didn't put enough effort in, you know, to me as a man. I don't know how to lead. I don't actually have a stable datum within me to where my energy and my aura has peace. Like, y'all got to start reading more. You got to start getting in tune with books that help you, like, just as a man, get, like, involved with self. Y'all be overly involved in these situations with women. It bring children into play. You start, like, you know what I'm saying, feeling like you can't breathe or have room to breathe or lead, but you don't know how to, because you don't actually know how to lead yourself. You haven't set up boundaries for yourself. You have, exactly, they be in cruise control where you're just going. And half the time is in your ear and she's manipulating the direction you're going. You haven't put any thought into what you want as a man. And a lot of y'all, you mix your lives with these females. You try to, like, figure out what you want out of life while you're with her. And then of course, when you come out and say what direction you want to go, if it don't match where she going, she gonna make it seem like you a villain. Because you know it's always poor me. As the female, I'm a victim of this nigga. Love, he keep doing this to me. I don't know why he trying me like this. I gave him everything. I helped him with this. And you already know, help from a female, when you on your way trying to build your basics, they're gonna little boy you, meaning they're gonna bring the shit back up to where you're gonna be indebted to them. You ever seen them, like, try to be there for you in your, like, survival season or a season when you ain't have your shit together? If you don't with them when you get your shit together, oh nigga, you's the worst nigga in the world, nigga. I rolled with you through a prison bed, bitch. And wait a minute, like, you ain't gonna pick me? Like, you really gonna get your shit together and not, oh, you the devil, and they gonna tell everybody, they gonna tell online, they gonna tell your mom and them, they gonna tell the kids that your ass ain't shit. You hear me?
Let me pause it right there. She said something so important, okay? Let me try to break it down. What she was saying essentially is that if you do not have a goal, if you do not have a North Star, right? If you don't have something that you're shooting out for, and you have opposing forces in your life that are telling you to do this, telling you to do that. No, pay for this. No, you should go and do this. And you don't have that goal. You don't have that item, right? That future that you're trying to reach out for, then you can be easily manipulated. You could be easily swayed, easily. especially with viscosity, especially. Shit, there's nothing successful on this planet that wasn't successful by not having a dream to be successful, a goal to be successful, a North Star to be successful. You have to figure it out. You have to be able to figure it out. You have to do the due diligence to understand who you are and where it is that you're trying to go. And it's one of the most difficult things in order for you to be able to do, to figure that out for you, because it's not coursework on how to do it. You have to do it for yourself, because it is so important, because without that goal, you're going to get pushed. You're going to get swayed. People are going to knock you off of your trajectory. There's not a company in this world that doesn't have a mission and or vision. Okay? Not a company. So from a business perspective, in order to generate all this revenue, right? All this revenue, all this profits, they have to have a mission, a vision, strategic objectives. They have to align everyone in their circle around that, or the company around those strategic objectives. And then every project within that company is formed up under with the thought of those strategic objectives. What are your strategic objectives? Because then everything else will fall in line if you make it very clear and you're decisive and intentional with formulating your plot into the future. That's why I have all of these resources available on my Discord, from a book perspective, from an audiobook perspective, from different financial podcasts all over the internet, congregated in one spot, so it can be a launch pad to start to figure these things out for yourself. Let's get back in there.
A lot of y'all got to untuck your nuts, man. Do the work on self. Like, do the work first. Y'all got to stop looking for these females to help guide your basics, your understanding of your basics. When I say the basics, and I'm going to keep saying this shit to the day I die: transportation, clothing yourself, a place to live, feeding yourself, bringing in income stably for yourself. I don't give a if you selling, giving blood, whatever. You have to be able to have these things together on your own. It's too many of you nowadays. You look for females to help you with your basics, then you can't understand. Like, you are fucking up the dynamic of submission because you're not leading, bro.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing too. So she talks to a different audience than what I talk to. I think it goes beyond the basics. I think it goes even beyond the basics. I think this is like, for me, it's like on your 7th inning stretch, that's when you can let out the drawbridge. You understand what I'm saying? And then see who wants to come in now that I'm completely set up. Like, I like to be a lot more farther in my progress of life, as what is demonstrated by all of the receipts that I show on this channel. I like to be a little bit farther out in life before I let down the drawbridge to see who wants to come into port. You understand what I'm saying? So she's talking about it from a basics perspective. I think once you get the foundation and you build, when the house is almost complete and built, the mortar is dry, that's when you can see what's out there. But you have to build up your knowledge of women in the meantime on the route towards your purpose, because even if you have money, wealth, a foundation, and status, it still don't matter if you don't know how to talk to them. But let's keep going.
Y'all get with these females, you lay up in their houses, you allow them to tell you what to do, you allow them to steer the direction of your life. And then as you grow as a man and you really start to live in yourself, like you really start to become the man that you supposed to be, and you realize half the shit she got us doing, I ain't really want to do, but you really can't fault her because your ass ain't know what we was doing back then. Like, if you don't have a plan for yourself, the way this world work, another mother will come in and plan for you.
Facts.
You know, I tell y'all, success is just preparation, meeting opportunity. The opportunity be there every day, but you niggas don't be prepared for a thing. So what a bitch come along and do? They come in and tell your ass what you should prepare for and push you in the direction they want you to go. That's why a lot of y'all double back to a lot of exes and you settle. That's why a lot of y'all with females, you ain't really like filled up with love and, like, you know what I'm saying, that, like, pride about this bitch. You just with her because, of course, you never actually prepared yourself for, like, your future. So, of course, when y'all do break up, because you know you actually don't want to be with her, you can't really get shit accomplished because you never took time to work on yourself as a man and learn how to develop a plan based on the type of person you are. So you spend...
Here's the thing. When she says settling, she means settling in life. Okay? I don't think that she means settling for a woman, because if you're a man who hasn't built up your foundation yet and you're settling for these chicks that are in and around the block that ain't worth shit, that's not settling. That's what you amount to. You understand me? That's what she means by settling in life.
Spin your wheels, fuck with different females. You don't really got no guidance, like, to know, like, what type of work you supposed to be doing. So you end up doubling back with the bitch that was, like, bossing you around the whole time. Anyway, it ain't her fault. It ain't like she actually doing anything wrong to you. You allowing it. Same thing. You ain't no victim. Same thing I be telling these bitches. Y'all hear me like I'm telling y'all some real ass shit.
Gotta be accountable for who you choose. You gotta be
do the
accountable
work on
if you settle.
yourself first. That way you can attract the type of woman that you actually want. Most of you is just with a bitch because you the raw nutted in her. She gotta, she end up having your baby, whether you wanted her to or rather you felt like y'all was gonna be, doing the family thing. In the end, it ain't really what you want, and you stick around. You have to, because you ain't got no real plan for yourself. That's why I say you have to, because of course if you try to leave it alone, life ain't gonna go nowhere for you. And of course, females, we sit back and be like, look at him, he don't know what to do. Child, that life went down after he stopped. Girl, his life ain't go down. He just doesn't know how to live in himself as a man. He don't know how to plan and prep. That's not like you was so great for him and he can't get his shit together. His shit wasn't together before he got with you because of the type of person that he was and the lack of work he did on self. Yes. They sit back and they laugh at you, and next thing you know, you start coming back. Oh, I miss you. You only miss her because you misguided, nigga. Because you didn't put in work on yourself. If you go get you right, the type of bitches you attract will match up with what the you got going on, or you'll be able to pick out one that will submit and conform to what the you want. No, y'all settle.
Yeah. Listen, it's true. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't got to deal with all that bullshit. Okay, once you work on self, once you upgrade yourself, then the type of woman in and around your space will be an upgraded version of what you used to be able to mess with. I mean, it's a simple math equation, but here's the thing. It's tough to work on self. It's one of the toughest things you will ever do. First, you got to figure it out. Then you got to put in the work. You got to put in the hours in the gym. You got to let all of the old habits go of chilling out all day, sitting on the couch, watching TV, playing as many hours of video games as what you do. Okay? Trust me, I've been there watching all the sports all day, Saturday, Sunday. You got to introduce balance. Okay? If you're out of whack, if you're out of balance, you have to be balanced within that. Okay? But if your life is completely messed up and you are far behind, you don't need balance. You need to put that pedal to the metal.
And I know you hoes ain't gonna like this. You been ain't like this. I don't give a f. It's 2021. You didn't like me in 2020, 2019. You felt like I was for the news. 2018 and 2017, you said the same thing as well, bitch. So I'm sorry if you think your baby daddy might see this video and realize that he settled for your ass. I don't know what you want me to tell you. I don't know how to do nothing but get on here and speak this real. That's your business anyway. Shouldn't be trying to build niggas.
I like that.
Should be trying to build yourself up and get a nigga that actually want to be with you. I told y'all relationships is about understanding, and you supposed to be with somebody that you want to be with, not somebody you need. Too many of y'all trauma bond and play these whole build games and shit to the point where you feel like this nigga obligated to be with you because you built him into the man that he is today, but the nigga don't want you. He there because he feel like he did it to your ass. And this is why the you can't really feel no real love. This is why the nigga can't really conquer you, because y'all played with each other. You played yourself and he let you play him, and great job. And now you mad at me because I'm speaking on this. I give no told you I give no
Let me stop the video right there. There's about 4 more minutes left just in this, and it was out of a much larger live stream. I'm gonna leave a link to this clip and the remainder of it down in the description box down below. Here's the last thing that I wanted to hit on. Based off of what she was just saying and people that are hating on her, she's needed. She's needed in the melanated community. Here's why. She's gonna be able to tap into young men that I could never. Okay? I didn't grow up like the way that she did, or most of the young men that are listening to her, that look at this information and understand, because they never had a foundation built for them, or they had no one to guide them into a foundation. Okay? They'll look at my channel, and a lot of the things that I might go over, either the words that I'll use won't reflect on who they are as a person, or a lot of the content may be too far ahead or advanced of where they are now. You understand me? And my thing is that after you go to like a Love Dorsey, then you can come over here and then we can bring you, you know what I'm saying? But she's needed because she taps into a market of young brothers that need this baseline level of knowledge and understanding. Okay, so you need it, mama. And if you ever see this video, we appreciate you over here. You understand me? Keep it up. Keep that fight going, because there's a lot of young brothers that need to hear that, okay? Questions, comments, concerns, y'all already know what to do. Mediocre tutorials and reviews at gmail.com. Guys, feel free to hit me up. I got an Instagram as well. Link down in the description box down below. Last but not least, I got a Discord server. I referenced it earlier in this video. We got tons of resources up there. We got an inner circle, a community where we can interface at all times of the day. Link down in the description box down below if you are interested. Until next time, YouTube.